When you open Sigil, it will look something like this, and there are two types of EPUB that Sigil can do. It can do EPUB 2 and EPUB 3. Since EPUB 3 is newer, I'm going to create a new EPUB 3 document. We can then bring in the HTML files that we've created. So I'm going to right click in this bit that says text and go down to add existing files, and then find the files that I created. And we had cover, and then this other one here is the main book. So I'm going to select both of them and click on open, and these will be added. Now you can see that we've got the cover and we have the main book. This one in here is actually going to be the HTML contents page that's going to go between the cover and the main book. The one that we deleted in Word, this is going to be added by Sigil. So once we've got that, we need to go up to Tools and go to Metadata Editor. Let me just drag that in so you can see it. And we need to type in a few bits of information about our book. You can see there's a space already here for the title, so I just need to select in there and paste in my title. And then I'm going to click on Add Metadata and double click on Author, and then under the author name type in your author name. And then back to Add Metadata again, and the last one you need to do is language, and just select your language. This one is United States English, and now that's all done. Okay, that's the first step. The next step is we need to generate the NCX and contents page. So if we go up to Tools again, Table of Contents, Generate Table of Contents, and then this window will open, which shows you all of the headers, H1s, H2s, H3s, that are in your book. Now when you created your book initially, I told you how important it was to make sure headers, the main headers are H1s for chapters, H2s are subheadings, and so on. And you'll see them all listed here. Occasionally what you'll find is that you may have some blank lines in here, and those are just formatting errors in Word, but it's not a problem, because if you have a blank line, just click on the little check mark next to that blank line and it will disappear, so it won't be added to your table of contents. When you check that it's all okay, click on OK, and Sigil now has built that table of contents for you. If I click over here onto the table of contents tab, you can see this is the table of contents that is being generated, and what we can now do is click on the Save button. This will say where do you want to save it, so let's just go to the same folder where all of my documents are and put a title in. Click on Save, and once it's saved, if you open up that folder, you should find that you now have an EPUB file. And here it is, HTTPS EPUB is mine. If I double click on that, it should open in the Kindle previewer. So let's just do that. Now my Kindle previewer is opening on my other screen because I have two screens next to each other, but I will drag it in as soon as the book conversion is completed. Now unfortunately I can't drag the whole of the Kindle previewer in because I can't actually squish it down anymore for the size of screen that I'm recording on. But what you can see here is you can see that each of the pages now has a preview. This is the HTML table of contents that was created by Sigil and inserted. If we go back to Sigil to have a look, you can see that we have the main section of the book. If I double click on that and see the preview, you can see it over here. So that's the first bit. Then we have the table of contents, and then we have the main book. That's the order in which Sigil has pieced all these together. And when you saved it, you can see now that we've got the opening page. Let me just come down a bit slower. Oops. You can see the second page there, which was the second page of my cover document, and then you can see the HTML document, table of contents, and then the rest of the book. And you can go through each of these pages in your previewer to make sure all the images and everything else are correct. The other thing you'll notice over here on this side is you've got a table of contents. This is the NCX table of contents that has been generated for you by Sigil. So that EPUB now has that NCX table of contents in it. If I close this down, and we can close this one down as well because it's saved. If I want to open and edit it, I just go in and open this EPUB in Sigil and that will be fine. But this HTTPS EPUB document now is the one that you need to submit to Kindle. And when you do, you can open up in the Kindle previewer over there. You should find that there is an NCX View now in the menu at the top, so you can have a look and make sure your NCX menu navigation system is in place, but you shouldn't have any problems. In the final video in this short series, I want to show you what to do if you're editing one of these EPUBs. So you're going in, you're going back to your original documents, you're making changes to the book, and then you want to create the EPUB again, because there is something you need to be careful of if your book has lots of images, or even if your book has any images. So we'll have a look at that in the next one. But as far as we've covered so far, that's all you need to do to create the NCX navigation system and keep that table of contents at the beginning of your book.